Leopoldplatz in Berlin's wedding district. It has become a nightmare for its residents.
Drug addicts, homelessness, dark doings.
Cops are always there. I always see them when I'm on the bus going home.
Leopoldplatz is always filthy.
Good-for-nothings everywhere. Needles, I'm afraid.
Leopoldplatz is one of Berlin's drug hotspots. Addicts here use cocaine and heroin. But now, increasingly, they're using crack too. Sven Dietrich, who lives on the square and runs a small shop here, feels the pressure of junkies trying to get money. He can see how that is changing his neighborhood.
We as residents are experiencing big problems with drug-related crime here. Crack is used very frequently and crack requires a lot of money. So we are noticing a massive increase in drug-related crime here.
So Sven Dietrich and his neighbors joined forces and formed a citizens' initiative. At the start of this year, they took to the streets. Their goal? Galvanizing local authorities to take action. And many residents are also getting involved. They meet in the square once a month to pick up the garbage lying around, including many syringes. Sven Dietrich says there is now much more awareness of the problems at Leopoldplatz. For him, that's a sign that the pressure from the neighborhood's residents is having an effect.
Conversations we've had over the past few weeks have shown this. We have the feeling that many city administrators are now taking the issue very seriously and that they are trying to listen and speak with us. We have that feeling and that gives us hope that something will really change here.
There is also now a supervised usage vehicle for addicts on site. Users can consume substances they bring with them under medical supervision. We cannot film it, but we can talk to the Addiction Help Initiative's leader.
At Leopoldplatz, we've actually always been regarded well by the residents. Of course, there are always those who don't like what we do, but most are aware that such drug consumption rooms and vehicles prevent deaths from overdose and enable drug addicts who would otherwise take drugs in public spaces to do so in a protected and clean environment.
The Citizens Initiative endorses the addiction help action here, but wants it to be expanded. The main reservation the area's residents have is its location, a big problem.
The problem is that on one side we have the children's playground. In the middle is a large meadow that's sort of a buffer area. And then comes the lounge area, which was once conceived as an area for 30 to 40 people suffering from alcoholism. But now, during the summer, we're talking about 160 people, mostly suffering from crack addiction. So this past summer, there were stabbings, fights, and electric shock attacks right here in this playground. The violence only happened between people in the drug scene, but still, there were children playing here who witnessed it. That's still a no-go for us.
Because of that, the residents want more groundskeepers on site. Although they do not have the same authority as police, they can often maintain order when problems crop up among drug users.
We didn't want the police to come and stay on the square all day long and push people out, because physical expulsion isn't a solution either.
In that case, the drug scene would simply shift from Leopoldplatz to the side streets or to other locations in the city. It's a fine line for the Berlin police, but those responsible now at least seem to be aware of it.
You can't solve these social problems through a massive police deployment. But we also can't, and we are not doing this, withdraw completely and then say, well, that's for the healthcare authorities and social workers to deal with. Instead, the fact remains that we have to keep balancing our joint efforts carefully so we don't completely give up on the area.
Berlin authorities recently held a security summit and agreed on measures to address the drug hotspots in the capital. Sven Dietrich will probably still have to raise issues on behalf of local residents quite often. The drug aid workers on Leopoldplatz are grateful for that.
The local residents are also a good source of information. We're not here 24 hours a day, so we don't always know what's happening. So when we get information like that, it's worth its weight in gold, so we know where things are currently happening and where to direct our attention.
As residents, we also want to actively help shape the neighborhood. We don't want to just whine and complain. And we feel that strengthening the neighborhood's network is very important, that it's an essential building block in solving the problem here.
Ein ganz wesentlicher Baustein ist zur Lösung dieses Problems hier.
Sven Dittrich and his neighbors know that they cannot solve the addicts' problems, but they want to ensure that everyone gets along here and that Leopoldplatz will have a brighter future.